Meet Milo, Gingerbread and Oreo. These little cuties are mice or mohi. Mice can make great companions, and like us, they each have their own personalities, wants and needs. Being a mouse guardian is a big responsibility. That's why it's important we know how to care for them and how to keep them healthy and happy. Mice will eat just about anything, even things they should not eat. Therefore, it's very important that your family provides your mice with balanced, nutritious diets to ensure they live a healthy, happy and long life. Milo, Gingerbread and Oreo like to eat mice food mixes, which include pellets and lab blocks.
Ooh, you know Oreo really loves these. I wonder what's in them.
Well, they're mouse pellets, so they have all the nutrients mice need to be happy and healthy. And they're really good because then the mice can't pick out their favorite seeds, and so they ensure they have a balanced diet.
It's best to use a small sturdy bowl or dish. Ceramic is better than plastic because it's easier to keep clean and won't tip over. If you feed your mice lab blocks or mouse pellets as their main food, it's important to give them other healthy treats as well, like small amounts of vegetables and fruit. Remember though, sometimes feeding your mice lots of new foods or too many fruit and vegetables at once can give them diarrhea. If this happens, just try giving them less or changing what you're feeding them.
Alright, little ladies, dinner is served. Oh, hello, Oreo and Gingerbread. Okay, here's some apple and carrot. And here's some pellets. Voila. You're welcome, Gingerbread and Oreo. Goodbye, Milo.
When you feed them is also important. Mice are most active at dusk and dawn and throughout the night. So this is a good time to feed them since they're likely to be awake and alert. Finally, don't forget that like all animals, mice need constant access to clean, fresh drinking water. Providing water in bottles with metal sipper tubes is best for your mice. You will need to check the bottles daily for leaks or blockages, and it's a good idea to provide 2 bottles, just in case one gets blocked. Feeding your mice the right food for them is a great way to keep them healthy and show them your love. This is a whare mohi, or mouse house. It's where Milo, Gingerbread and Oreo live, sleep, eat and play. All companion mice should live in a suitable environment, as their home affects how mice feel, think and behave. Providing your mice with a shelter and a comfortable resting area is one way you can make sure that your mice stay healthy and happy. Although mice are pretty small animals, they still need lots of space and different areas to explore. Imagine spending your whole life in one tiny little room. You would likely feel pretty bored. The more space you can provide, the more opportunities your mice have to express their natural behaviours. This means happier and healthier mice. Larger homes also increase the likelihood of peaceful friendships amongst groups of mice.
Would you like to help me clean their space?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Great. Let's just grab some of this stuff. It's really important that we do this so that they have dry bedding and nesting material.
So how often are we supposed to clean it?
So if you check it every day and do a spot clean, that's really good. And then about once a week will be really good to help them stay healthy.
And it stops them from being stinky.
That too. All right, do you guys want to take care of them while I do the dirty work?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right.
When your family are choosing or creating a mouse enclosure, it's important to consider how the shelves and doors are organised. The enclosure doors should be large enough for an adult to reach in and take out your mice and move everything around without having to squeeze through a small opening. The base of your enclosure should be a solid surface, not wire netting. Having their feet constantly pressed against wire can cause a painful condition called bumblefoot. If you have an enclosure that has wire shelves or ramps, you can cover them with a safe, solid surface to help protect your companion's feet. And good ventilation is also essential. You need to make sure that your mice have plenty of fresh air circulating around their enclosure.
All right, do you want to pop them back in?
Sure. Meow.
All right, now we can put their nesting material in. Do you want to help with that?
Yeah, sure. So would they use this to make their nest?
Yeah, exactly. So this material is different than their normal bedding material. For nests, they like to use paper, hay, straw, and so it kind of lets them express a natural behavior that's really important for them, which is their nest building, and it lets them create an environment that they really like.
When choosing bedding, avoid materials that separate into thin strands such as cotton wool or similar fluffy bedding products. This can make them sick. And to keep everyone healthy, remember to always wash your hands well after handling your mice and cleaning their enclosure.
All right, new enclosure time. Who has the bottom bit?
Me!
Excellent.
If you'd like to be a mouse guardian and you want a fun project, why not create your very own DIY mouse habitat at home using large plastic containers? These make great mouse enclosures as you can stack them to create a big, enriched, multi-level mouse mansion, and they're super easy to clean. It's important to remember that mice love to hide. This is a natural behaviour for mice and it helps them feel safe, so make sure your enclosure has lots of interesting spots for them to snuggle into and explore. Creating an interesting and enriched environment for your mice and making sure it's clean is a great way to keep them healthy and show them your love.
So who's this?
That's Oreo.
Okay, all right, Oreo, let's see if you're healthy.
Being a responsible mouse guardian means keeping an eye on their health and well-being and taking them to your vet immediately if you suspect they're sick or injured.
So it's really important to get to know your mouse. They're really, really smart and really good at hiding it if they're not feeling very well. So get to know them and their personalities and their normal behavior. And that way you can know if their behavior changes, then it could be a sign that they're sick or not feeling very well.
You mean like if they don't want to eat?
Yeah, exactly that, or if they're not running around and being their playful selves.
Some mice can find being caught and handled stressful, but it's important to check their health and welfare regularly, so make sure you find a good balance. You can visually check your mice every morning and evening. Look to see that each mouse is moving and behaving normally, breathing well, and has bright eyes and a shiny coat. Then once a week, run your fingers over their body to check for any lumps or bumps that don't seem normal. It's best to do this at the same time as cleaning their enclosure to minimise disturbance. If you notice anything unusual, contact your vet for advice.
Oh, these cuties are healthy, and they're friendly too. Do you handle them a lot?
Yeah, we do. Yep, every day.
Okay. Some mice find it a little scary to be handled, and fair enough, we're much, much bigger than they are, so it's always important to be careful and gentle. Did you train them to climb onto your hand?
Yeah, we trained them when they were babies. Yeah, so you would put your hand into the enclosure and then we would, if they hopped onto our hand, we would put food.
Oh, that's awesome reward-based training, and you can see how well it worked. They're so comfortable.
Mice may be small, but they are still a big responsibility. It's important that we look after them and keep them healthy just like any other animal. Providing for their needs, regularly checking their health, and taking your mice to the vet when they're unwell is a great way to show them your love. Milo, Gingerbread and Oreo are mice, so it's important they get to do the things that mice like to do. This means they need to be given opportunities to express natural mouse behaviours. Giving your mice enough space, shelter and the company of other mice friends helps them to express these important behaviours. Mice are active, intelligent animals that need exercise and mental stimulation to stay healthy. After all, nobody likes being bored.
Where is it? Oh, there's the little thing. So we need a paper bag, scissors, and a cardboard tube. Right.
There are many fun and easy ways you can enrich the environment of your mice. You can buy or make toys for them to play with. There are toys for chewing, shredding, pushing around and carrying, and for foraging.
It's the Cracker toy 3.
It's the Kraken! The Kraken!
Mice love tunnels to explore, and a safe exercise wheel is often a favourite activity for them.
Good afternoon! We have something for you guys. It's a little treat. We call it the Kraken 3000.
Oh,
Yeah, hello, Oreo.
Oreo's very interested. Gingerbread's having a good sniff.
Ooh. Oreo's just on the wheel now.
Allowing your mice to express their natural behaviours will help to keep them healthy, entertained, and feel loved. All mice deserve to be happy. Loving your mice and learning to understand their needs will help you identify the things you must do to ensure your mice are having positive experiences.
Hello!
How are you guys doing today?
Here are my little munchkins. It's a lot of
Hello,
weight
my
down
baby.
there.
Hello.
Hello.
Mice are intelligent, fun, and social animals that make great companions, but they're not for everyone. Before adopting a mouse, you need to make sure they're a good match for your family's lifestyle. Mice need daily mental and physical stimulation so they don't get bored. You'll also need to feed them every day, interact with them, and regularly clean their enclosure. Keep in mind that although mice are cheap to purchase and relatively cheap to feed, a good enclosure can be expensive, and most mice are likely to need a trip to the vet every so often. Mice are very social animals, so they will need at least one other mouse friend to feel happy and safe.
These two are siblings, and they're pretty much,
Best friends.
they're always together. They're never separate.
They're never separate or apart from each
There's
other.
also Milo, which is
In the tube.
in the tube.
2, 3, and even 4 mice aren't any more difficult to take care of than 1, and it's very entertaining to watch them play and interact. Just make sure you keep the males and females separate. Finding good homes for baby mice can be difficult. If you and your whānau are responsible animal guardians and are able to provide a healthy, mouse-friendly environment, full of all the care and love they need, these cute little creatures may be the perfect companions for you.